Because I found out the more that I say no, the easier it gets.
I think most people use drugs to get away from life.
I think peer pressure plays a lot into it because a lot of people may think that you want to be cool or something.
I've just kind of just been able to tell myself you're above that type of stuff. You don't have to do stuff to be cool or to fit in. That's not what is one of my big worries, As opposed to some other kids, that's all they want to do, so they'll do anything to try to fit in. But I'm just kind of whatever, I'm whatever's about it.
It was hard just because all my other friends were drinking, but I have a really strong relationship with my parents and they trust me a lot, so I wanted to say no for them. And I also wanted to say no for myself because I have a lot of goals for my life and I've seen what can happen when people get into drinking, and I don't want that for myself.
This is not who I am, and I don't want to be in that part of the group. I want to be my own person and not follow the crowd.
I've unfortunately had a lot of family members that have been addicted to illegal substances, and that makes me think that maybe I have an addictive personality trait in my family, and I just don't want to end up like that. So if you have a reason, then it's really easy to say no.
If somebody asks you and you have a reason, then you're not freaked out about it, you're not worried, you don't have to have a split-second decision.
Yeah, you just got to be prepared for any type of thing like that, because you never know who's using the substance. And if you don't want drugs in your life, then you have the choice of saying no.
If I do all that stuff, it's not really going to be good for me, because for my career and stuff like that, for what I want to be in life, I'm not going to really be the person I want to be. I'm just going to be the person that people made me be.
Well, to be honest with you, after I said no, I was thinking, did I do the right thing? Because for a second, I thought that was more important than my own life, because I was like, oh, I should have their respect,
Well, I was at the skate park and a few kids asked me to try some marijuana and just said no.
If you say no, they should have respect to say, okay, she doesn't want to do it. But if they keep offering, then you need to think about that they're wanting you to do bad stuff, which means that they really just putting you through bad things and they're not really your friends.
First time you say it, it's kind of hard to say no, but second time is once you said it, you could say it again like nothing.
I just use wrinkles as a way to say no without them having to bag on me about it. But I'm more actually worried about the internal effects it'll cause.
Everybody's always saying just say no, and I didn't know if it was easy or hard, but it was really easy for me. Felt really good. To have the feeling of saying no to someone who's older and most people think would be cooler, it makes me feel cooler. Maybe not everybody else thinks that, but I do.
Because sometimes I feel I don't want to be rejected or like an outcast or anything like that, but I always end up saying no.
Instead of saying oh maybe, or I'm not really feeling it, because then you might try and get coerced into that situation. If you just say no thanks, I don't do that, or I'm sorry, I don't really drink, no thank you, I'm just here to have fun. Pretty much in my experience, that's been really well received.
It's not hard because I know what all the consequences are of doing these things, so it's hey, if you guys want to mess up your life, go right ahead, but don't include me in that.
One time, I was with my friends at a party, and they walked outside, so I followed them. And one of my friends came up to me and they was here, you want some? It was marijuana. I told them no, so ever since then, nobody comes to me and asks me for anything, or do I want anything.
Well, I usually try to just make a situation where I have to say no. I'll drive my car there so that if they tell me, hey, have a beer, I'll say, no, I gotta drive home tonight. So I'll purposely drive there when I don't need to so that I can drive home and not one of my friends.
When I say no, I feel good because I always hear about people that are getting peer pressured into doing these things, but to me, I know who I am and I know what I want and what I don't, and I know when to say no.
I know that if I were to be on drugs, I probably wouldn't be the person I am now, and I would not have as many friends as I do now.
Basically, I have more freedom. I can do whatever I want. I don't have to say, oh, I need a cigarette, or oh, I need to do this. I could just concentrate on what I love to do, like sports and music and all that stuff.
I mean, like, I'm glad I can say no, because I've seen a lot of people who really can't, and they just go ahead and mess up their lives like that.
You get new friends. It sounds weird, but like you get better friends, friends that are more like you. Because say if you give in to peer pressure, you'll be friends with the person who tried to peer pressure you into it, but that's not always the best thing. But if the kids that don't do it, that's what I like to do, hang out with them.
Find like the inner strength within yourself to just be like, you know, hey, I'm above it, and find the group of friends that doesn't do that type of stuff so that you don't have it around you, you know? Because if you have it around you, then you might be more likely to fall into it. So just choose your friends wisely and just kind of be strong to the people that offer it to you.